Hello Virgo, welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. I will be doing a forecast specifically for the week of June 16th through the 22nd for Virgos. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nicole. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind for someone else. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you may do so by going to intuitivegardentarot.org. All the information is there, and then we can look specifically at any questions you might have personally and your personal energy. So we're using the Star Tarot deck, Virgo, and let's tune into the energy for June 16th through the 22nd. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Tower, the Hanged One, and the Chariot. All right. Very strong energy all at the bottom of this layout, and the Tower card's been coming up for Virgo energy quite a bit lately. If you don't already know, the nodal axis point right now in astrology has the North Node in Pisces, the South Node in Virgo, and the South Node is about the past, shedding what doesn't serve us from the past. Our North Node is where we're going, where we're headed, what our goals are, and since Virgo energy is generally sitting in the South Node, I feel Virgos in particular are getting really challenged with wrapping up things, reviewing things from the past, and cleaning up house emotionally, spiritually, financially, intellectually, in every which way. So I'm not surprised to see the Tower here for you, Virgo. So let's look at the background here, or the recent past. We have the Ace of Cups. Gorgeous energy of renewal, self-love, self-care. Perhaps it is actual love, birth of a child, a new relationship, a whole new chapter in an existing relationship. This could be romantic, non-romantic. Take it how it resonates. I'm just feeling that there's a ton of peace and blessings that have been coming through in terms of a fresh start of some sort. And again, I can say as a Virgo myself, that might feel like, what? Because it has been really challenging, I can say, for me, for sure. But I've also personally had some moments of new understanding of compassion and love for myself. So I'm wishing that for all of you, because I think none of us have enough of that. We have way too much self-criticism, self-doubt, across the board. All signs, all people, all cultures in general. Just too much of that for the human experience. So next we have the Two of Wands. This is like really bringing your passion into a focal point here. And in doing so, it's opening up opportunities, new vision, new light, new passion. Again, this could be two people coming together in a very passionate way. Sometimes this represents twin flame energy, whatever that means to you. I use that term very lightly, but a passionate connection, an important, strong connection. You could have two ideas or projects that are really aligning and coming into focus. And that focus is activating and getting your destiny, your fortune, your recognition, your path. And that may be coming through a relationship or a partnership. It may just be internally, or pulling, two ideas together, two inspired actions together into one and combining them. It's opening something up that's really emotionally fulfilling. The King of Cups is in balance. He is full of love. People love to be around him because he is so nurturing. He's like a beautiful father figure, a shoulder to cry on. But just feeling his shoulders are so strong because he's really letting his emotions flow. He's honoring them. Look at these waves coming out behind him, and they look like angel wings. So I'm hearing it and feeling it, Virgo, like your strength is in allowing your love to flow. Don't hold your love back for yourself, first and foremost, of course, for others, for what you believe in, for your journey, your calling. Because again, there's something about this wheel of destiny or fate that's, you're hovering right over the target. You're at the bullseye moment, it seems, of, I feel like you're just finally hitting the nail on the head, Virgo, and it's from getting out of your head. We know how Virgos love that Mercury energy and analyzing everything and figuring out even your emotions or your relationships with your head first. But the gold here is letting your heart flow. And that may mean some tears of your own, letting them out and letting that transform you and really allowing your light to shine. Blocked energy, blocked emotions, dim your light. So go for it. If you need to go alone, find a place where you can be alone, is what I mean, where you can feel safe to let a big cry out, or maybe it's even expressing huge amounts of love for others in a way that you haven't before, and not holding back for fear of being hurt. Okay, it's the time to really unleash your love. And at the heart of the reading, we have the Five of Wands. And this is such a compassionate, beautiful version of this card. I'm trying to get it fully into focus for you to tune your own intuition into that. But look at how she's holding those lilies at her heart, and this lava is dissolving and flowing down into the earth. These wands surrounding her and that volcanic eruptive energy is really about dissolving your inner conflict. Where you've been stuck. What are you holding on to in your heart? What wounds? What fears? What protective mechanisms have you put in place so as to not be hurt again and again and again? It's time to just blow that up, really. Buy yourself flowers in whatever way you can show yourself compassion and acknowledgement. She's even hugging herself, and it may seem so invalid or lame. I'm hearing not good enough to do this, but even just this action of holding yourself and holding space for yourself can just trigger compassion. And that's going to be the key. There is so much eruptive energy in the earth, in the collective. Let's not kid ourselves. There are literal volcanic eruptions and more to come. I'm hearing from the energy build up. There's another geomagnetic storm scheduled for the 20th through the 22nd. So honor it and embrace it. Use that energy, that hot lava, when directed at releasing what you want to melt away from your heart, from your thoughts, from your energetic space. This is a really good time to let that go and let that flow. And look at more of this explosive lava energy with the Tower card. In this deck, it is just really tuned in to the explosive, volcanic, eruptive energy. So if you're feeling like you're being ripped apart or your world is crumbling and falling apart, look at the sun in the background and look at the comet here. There are so many blessings, and this darkness, this whole structure of darkness that has kind of been deeply rooted in your experience is breaking free. You might be finding a whole new level of freedom. You certainly have the opportunity to. This could be expressed in so many directions. Financial freedom, emotional freedom, creative freedom. There's something else. Peace. There's some connection between freedom and peace. Okay, so something you have felt tied to or bound to or stuck in, while it might feel a little frightening or overwhelming as you're becoming unstuck, that's the gift here. Is there's something that's going to bring you a tremendous amount of peace that you have not felt for a while, perhaps ever. And I am specifically dialed into these veins of lava. Interesting veins. Your blood may be boiling. You might have reached the boiling point. What I initially wanted to say, though, about those veins of lava is that you're going to like this, Virgo. There's a certain perfection and organization to the way it's flowing. So trust that flow. Trust as things are breaking down or feeling eruptive or destructive, that everything's going to the right place. And your piece or whatever's underneath here is not touched by that. So let what needs to go flow out. Let it melt away. You are safe. There is something inside you that knows and understands that you are safe, you are well, and you might need to even go inward or in a quiet space if life feels overwhelming or if your emotions feel overwhelming. Give yourself that. And that's what's coming up here too with the Hanged One. This is about willingly putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation to gain enlightenment, to gain a new perspective, to see things differently. So I'm getting your higher self, whatever's blowing up in your life or falling apart, is by design and by your higher self. Your higher wise part of you can see and understand from that vantage point what's serving you and what's not. So I'm getting to really trust that process. And with the Chariot, more strong energy of just charging ahead, come hell or high water. Keep your focus on what it is you want to experience, achieve, do. Keep your eye on the prize. Understanding that, the light and the shadow, the higher frequency and the lower frequency vibrations are there. You don't want to ignore or suppress or repress that. It's moving forward right through that and holding space for both truths and other truths as well. There's definitely more than two perspectives to any situation. So I'm seeing that you are so cosmically guided right now. The four wands of the Four of Wands card are up above with the starlight there. You're charging ahead to stability, and Virgos love that, right? Who doesn't want that stability? Wherever you're going, you're bringing blessings of stability with you, and this is not a card of stability, okay? But when it's over, I think you're gonna arrive in a place that feels really good. And look at his heart in the center there. It has the sun around it, it is glowing, it's intact, it's open. She has her hands like kind of over her heart holding these flowers. She's still kind of protecting herself and feeling vulnerable in that heart space. And just letting whatever is happening happen, I think is going to bring you to a place where you feel more confident and secure being in your emotions, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, exposed, sharing what you truly feel with others, with yourself. I see your heart alive and well, and that's gorgeous. So let's finish up and tie this together with some oracle messages. And we're getting the Elemental Empath deck here. This is what wants to bring forth the oracle message for Virgo. June 16th through the 22nd. Feel emotions. Didn't I say that? Awareness. Choice. Yep. Okay. So this is not the time to be in your head. Look at all those spikes on her crown and how she has her hand over her third eye. By feeling your emotions, you're going to be feeling and your intuition and your guidance, which you very much want and need at all times, right? If you're too much in your thoughts and trying to control it with your mind, you're going to miss out on some important information, some intuitive guidance. Underneath it says, understand emotions, inner guidance, and validate self. So this is validate self. Love yourself. Allow yourself the space to have your meltdowns, to dissolve and release what's not serving you. Maybe you need to be alone to do that. Maybe even yoga as a practice or some kind of body work can help you connect with your emotions. That's definitely coming through as well, to get you out of your head and back in your body. Again, your inner guidance is your compass. And I am totally drawn to this hummingbird here. And hummingbird doesn't give up. This is not the time to quit, because there's a tremendous change happening for you, Virgo. Awareness. Look at that. Now she's tuned in to her third eye. Look at how far-reaching her understanding, her conscious awareness is spreading out to the cosmos in every direction. You have a tremendous ability to pull in guidance and support from your guides, from the cosmos, ascended masters, whatever resonates with you. And look at how her third eye is right here in what we would call, let me get that into focus, the high heart area. And that's the area right here in our bodies that contains our soul purpose, our life mission. And that's what I was getting with this Wheel of Destiny here. Like I said, something is aligning, and you're getting really aligned with your destiny. What you're destined to do, experience, receive. But you're being asked to tap into your feelings and let go of some of that overthinking, Virgo. Choice. You might be at a crossroads where you have to make a decision. The moon phases are all above this woman, and you might have something, a decision to make over the next month. Maybe you've been pondering something for the past month. But I feel like really you have the potential to create whatever it is you want, and you get to choose. I've never been so tuned into her hands before. Let me get this in the camera as well. Look at all that energy coming out of her creative chakras. We have chakras in our hands and creative energy channels that go from our high heart space down through our arms and out the chakras in our hands. And look at how it's sending the energy up into the cosmos. You have a lot of power, a lot of creative power right now, and underneath it says life direction, how you respond, and consequences. Okay. So, one minute. Hearing a few different things. In general, I'm seeing this as having options, having two choices. But I know you, Virgo, if you have two options and you have to make a decision, you're going to want to make a decision with your mental energy. Who wouldn't, right? A Virgo would, very much so, or a Gemini. But you're so being invited and guided to feel what feels right to you, and to trust that. Okay? Yes, there are consequences with all of our choices, but first of all, if you're tuned into your guidance and your intuition, your higher self will not fail you. You will make the right decision. Second of all, if you make a decision and find that you are not appreciating or enjoying the consequences of that decision, you can course correct. You can make another decision. So, trying to have it all figured out, all the consequences of each choice you might have, might be a little bit too much. And frankly, that's always appropriate because we're creating the future as we go. So, keeping your timeline and your scope of what you're looking at and the consequences of your decisions or choices, or a choice that you have to make, is going to be helpful, okay? To just look kind of more at what feels right now and in the near future, and trusting that whatever steps or other directions you might want to take or need to take will appear and come towards you as you move forward with whatever you're working on, relating to, planning. Don't worry about having it all figured out. All the phases, that's what is coming through too. Getting so much from this card. Wanting to know every step of the way what the right choice is, and you might just know one or two steps at a time, and just try to be okay with that. Keeping your focus on the big picture and letting go of control of the details. That's how that's coming through. Not easy for a Virgo to do, but you're growing, you're learning to let go of things and have compassion for yourself, so maybe it is getting easier, Virgo. All right, this was a long reading. I hope that helped, and I will be doing a separate reading just for the solstice energy because it is a really strong solstice that we're approaching here. So I wish you well, and thank you for liking, giving the thumbs up to my video, sharing, subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Bye.